So the Chorus of Sin chapter just dropped, and with it came the new killer, the Judgment. Today, I have two games showing off the killer's abilities and how they kind of work. First game is a game from my stream over at twitch.tv/lowkeydbd, where I just hit some really nice shots, had a lot of fun with the killer, had a pretty good game. The second game is a recording I did, and I'm going to voice over a bit on how the killer works, how their power works, what you want to be trying to do with the power to maximize her potential. I'm going to keep the intro short, and thank you for all the support over the past couple of videos as well. It has meant a lot, and yeah, enjoy the games. I just feel like this stream was just to kind of like test everything. I feel like I've tested everything. Like, I don't know. Maybe I should test more add-ons. Is there like other add-ons that are kind of nice? Oh, little double hit. Okay. Kind of peak. Oh, I missed. No. I do enjoy playing as the killer, though. I'm not gonna lie. I think the killer's really fun to play as. It's just kind of playing against hers a bit. Yeah, good dodge, well played. I switch games. Bro, I've been thinking about... But I don't know how I feel about streaming different games, bro. I don't know. Was that double hit? That was double hit, no? Or something? I don't know. Oh, they stuck the Jan. Clean. Clean, clean, clean. Oh, so close, bro. I knew she was there, but I didn't know where. Title, bro. This is... I missed. Oops. Oh, I missed again. Oh, she sells the Paladin? I swear this is a hit unless she's BL. That's okay. No, it's not okay. How do you get mind game on that, bro? Never? It shouldn't be possible. Good dodge, well played, well played. This is what I mean. I'm still like inconsistent on the killer, bro. But like, I'm getting a wee bit better. I'm just still a wee bit inconsistent. Thought she was actually gonna vault that. Yeah, she didn't double back that time, unlucky. She might play window. She double vault? She double vaulted. Nice. Wait, this is a roar. No, is this a roar? This is a roar. I swear, like Fran, she's dead unless she has Vigil. No, Vigil doesn't even work anymore. Oh, there's two Auroras. Never mind. I injured someone else. Lol. It's funny. I don't know how that missed, bro. Yo, outside the map. Get out of the map, buddy. Ah, I feel that, honestly. Like, bro. Say, bro. I think it's the type of killer, if you play like once every blue moon, you're gonna get like Kirk though. It's like, bro, what can she do? Yo, bro. Alright, now that you've seen the killer in action, let me talk about the experience playing this killer so far. Now, before I start with this, I want to make it clear this is only after 1 day of playing, so this will mostly just cover the basics. So the main power this killer has is the Divine Light, which is essentially just a beam of light that you can send across the map. This power works completely different to other ranged attacks, as you can't just hold it forever. It'll constantly move forward, and after a few seconds of not using it, it will just cancel. Then once casting, you need to use M1 to send the Divine Light in the chosen direction, which will injure or down survivors within its path. One thing to note about this power is that there's an area of immunity at the very beginning of sending the Divine Light where the survivor will not take damage even when inside the Divine Light. This means it's actually better to send it from a bit further back from the survivor rather than being directly on top of the survivor. Also, hitting a survivor with Divine Light will give them Heresy. Now, when a survivor is down with Heresy, you can send them to Exile, which is just another way of hooking survivors, which is very similar to Executioner's Cages. This is great for this killer and actually makes them a bit stronger, as I believe any survivors sent here do not get perks activating, such as Deliverance, Shoulder the Burden, Babysitter, etc, etc. Since they aren't technically getting unhooked via hook, they cannot use or activate these perks from saving a survivor from Exile. Now, core mechanics sending survivors to Exile will give you Zealous for 60 seconds. This does a lot of things. Main one being it will give you Killer Instinct on survivors who have Heresy for 3 seconds. Now, in terms of Divine Light, it also grows stronger for this period of time. Your Divine Light gets 10% larger, has a 50% longer cast duration, a 20% shorter cooldown, and an extra half a second control after casting it. Saving survivors from the Exile can only be done from the 2 nearest shrines from the Judgment. So take that in mind when you're playing the killer. You can try to find out whereabouts survivors are getting saved. With all the basic info covered, I want to talk about the best builds for the Judgment and the best way to play the killer to have an easier or more enjoyable match. Now, before I get into this part, this killer is quite difficult to play, and it took me a good few games to actually fully understand the best way to play her, so don't be discouraged if your first few matches are really rough. So starting with builds, obviously aura reading perks are the best for the Judgment due to the fact that Divine Light can be sent very far and can catch survivors off guard due to its fast speed. I find that Nurse's Calling and Gearhead are probably my favorite aura reading perks for this killer, as it allows for quick, unsuspecting snipes. If you want to go on the sweatier side, I think Hex Totems are very viable due to the fact that Divine Light cooldown is only 6 seconds, and this allows you to protect totems with ease. The build you're seeing in the background is probably going to be my main Judgment build until I discover something better, as it's got a mix of gen regression and time waste, as well as some info that I really like using. What I've found so far, like the perks you want to avoid are perks that require hooks, as exiling survivors is very easy to do, and it makes the power stronger, so there's no real reason to be hooking survivors with this killer. And I find perks such as Pop or Turn Back the Clock not to be as fun on this killer due to the fact the killer is 110 movement speed, which means she's a wee bit slower to the rest of the roster, and therefore it takes a lot of time to traverse distances, and you might not get the best possible value from these perks. For the gameplay, in terms of closer range chases, I found that starting your power behind yourself or to the side and then sending it out as it comes back is the easiest way to prevent the immunity from happening while still using the M2 at close distances. For further away shots, it's a little bit more difficult to line up, so I try to line it up just as I'm about to send it out. That way it doesn't look super obvious where I'm trying to snipe, while still making it easy to aim at that location. Finally, if you want to flick back towards your character, which you might have seen a few times in the Midwich clip, you would think to just look towards the ground. However, this doesn't work. Instead, you want to flick really fast, doesn't matter what direction, either left or right, until you're looking directly behind you. Then you send it out. Doing this quickly is essential, as the slower you do it, the closer the Divine Light cast will get towards your body, which gives the survivor a higher chance of getting the immunity. I hope these points make it easier for you all to play and have fun with this killer. I think they're super fun to play, especially when you understand the best way to play the kit. Any questions, please let me know in the comments, and I'm gonna let the rest of this game play out. I'll see you all in the next video. No down on her. Clean. Beautiful. Nice. No, I sent it too far. Oh, I missed them both.